Do we pay off the principal a lot faster in a big sum of money, and
No,
that's why we could
no, you don't
slash
have to change
the
any of your income or
tenure?
expenses. You just actually change the way the interest is calculated by the kind of mortgage you have on your house. And I
For
was
example,
like, for example, for like if you have, I'm just going to give you round figures, 10,000 a month coming in, and you put that all into the mortgage, but you have a way to immediately get it back out if you need it for paying bills. Say your bills are $9,000, but in the meantime, you've kept the interest really low on the
because you've
house
been
payment.
paying, you're a good paymaster.
Yes, and so you can still pay all the bills that you normally would pay, and you're able to pull things.
How? I thought
It's
at
amazing.
least, in principle, it should be the same. Like when you put X amount of money into your loan account, and then everything gets taken accounted for as the payment for that loan. And how could you actually withdraw some of the money back and
That's
use
what
it
they
for
don't tell
expenses?
you at the bank. There
Excuse
are
me.
it's a very easy line of
Excuse me.
credit, but you have to have a specific kind of a line of credit, and that's why I encourage you to just at least get that free calculator and talk to them so they can make sure you have the right kind. Not
Do
all
you
home ec
need to be like some very high net worth individual to access this line of credit?
Nope,
No.
we had absolutely nothing. We owned we had a mortgage on the house, and they taught us how to do 0 closing costs and turn it into this type of a line of credit, and then it was all done, and it started working for us.
Welcome to your Wordless podcast, the space where we redefine success, self-worth, and transformation. I am Nick Nieras, the soul-centered architect of transformation, helping you unlock your highest potential and build a legacy beyond limits. Now, whether it is self-mastery, career breakthroughs, or wealth creation, this is where change begins. Now let's dive in. Are you stuck in a job that you don't love, feeling like you're meant for more? It is not in your head, it is in your soul. I am Nick Nieras, and I help high achievers like you break free from burnout, rewire self-doubt, and build a life aligned with purpose through coaching, hypnotherapy, and soul activation. Because let's face it, real wealth isn't just about money, it is about aligned and happy heart, mind, and soul. Now, remember, you are worthy and you are enough. Let's transform your life together. Visit www.thenicknierasholisticlifestyle.com to begin. All right, and first off, right off the bat, can you first share with us what was it like growing up as Ann Pells?
I just never felt like I was good enough. I think my face was bright red for all of my junior high years. I had braces, glasses, and I just felt like the ugly duckling out of water. Got married, had 3 little ones, and our go to school, get a good job plan blew up. Had a pink slip of paper come into our life that meant that my husband's job was over. He got laid off, the company changed, things happened, and I just did not handle it well. And anyway, that was kind of the beginning of, all right, we've got to figure this out and get out of our not good enough, can't do it, and instead find some ways to make good things happen for us and for our kids. And here we are. It took me a while, but now I can teach people how to do that in 2 phone calls. So I'm grateful
Right.
for all those crazy things that happened that put us where we are
Okay.
now.
I have some questions because I used to be an accountant by qualification. I'm an accountant. I was taught at least to go to the take the traditional route, which is get a good job, get a good paying get a good job, get a
Right?
good paying job, yes, with and then buy the car, buy the properties, and then you'll be set in life. And life as we know it, it's not linear like that. So I wanna I wanna ask you, Anne, number one, what you said some crazy things happen. So I guess could you share with us what were these crazy things and your backstory? And you said for a while, right? It took you a while. Like how long was that a while?
Let's see, my kids are in their early 20s now, so it took us a good 15 years to find that first phone call, and I think it was just me after we moved 15 times, and every time you move, you have to start over on that traditional 30-year mortgage and the interest and all the anyway, it was taking us.
Why did you have to move 15 times, like, in the span of
Yes, it was and you'd think we lived in the military or something, but we don't. It just was job changes and different things that happened, and so
Right.
we were really looking for a way, instead of saying, "I can't do something," we started saying, "How can we? How can we get this mortgage paid down and get some real estate and other investments going for us so that, now we are in our 50s, our kids are in their 20s, and we needed some solutions." I realized that my most expensive education, the one that we're all paying for, is what we don't know that we don't know. So I needed to find out what I didn't know and
Mm,
make it happen differently. And so, we interestingly found a little YouTube video of 5 minutes, and it opened up some possibilities for us that I had never seen before about people who were able to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars off on their mortgage, even to like half of it gone in 2 years without changing any income and expenses. And I have to figure out who knows how to do that and have them give me that recipe, like teach me what to do. And it actually was, we were one phone call and 30 days later, we were already starting to see the results of it. And so I think sometimes we feel like financial solutions have to take a long time, they have to be hard and difficult, and that really wasn't the case. I just needed to know differently than what I thought I knew, like find out what I don't know and do differently than I had been.
okay.
That's
Obviously, my follow-up questions.
really so fun, so fun to do it that way. It becomes like you don't even really have a house payment, and it knocks about 20 years off your mortgage interest y just by having that phone
Wow.
call. So it's a 15-minute little video clip, and then you have a free calculator and free classes, and it's all right there. I tried to fit it all in one spot on Unlocking Home Equity on our webpage because it took me so long to find it that I just wanna make it really obvious and easy for people to see it. I
Mm,
and at least have it in their toolbox even if they don't want to use it, but they might know someone who needs it or a friend or family member or something, but it made all the difference for us as far as feeling safer in time of emergency or anything else that could happen about another pink slip or about any other financial hiccups that we had along the way. So I'm grateful. It was really a miracle, very much a blessing for us.
well, obviously, the follow-up questions for you from me would be, what changed? What is this video? And is it privy to are we privy to know that video?
Yeah, yeah, you can find it. It's free and it's right there.
Okay.
Just go to the lifegiverlegacy.com and click on Unlock Home Equity, and it will show you how to hack 20 years off the
Oh,
payments and
can
you're
you
done.
can you help break it down for us then? What is the difference between these calculation and the traditional home financing calculation? Where is the
Here where I am, houses cost 300,000 or so, and now it's right always increasing.
right?
And by the
Yes,
time you pay that for 30 years, you're going to pay for your house 3 times. You pay
exactly,
600,000
because of the interest.
and yes, and of course, the interest always pays first, and so when you
Yes,
move as often as we did, you're always paying tons and tons of interest and only a little tiny bit of principal, and
right.
then, you need to pay the expenses to sell it and different things, so we just weren't getting anywhere, but with this other way of financing, all banks have it, not all banks know how to do it, so to me, it was really helpful to have that team that's on our Life Giver Legacy website and that phone call because they could tell me exactly how to set that up and who I needed to talk to and make sure that and they were just there to follow through with us to make sure it happened, and they had a money back guarantee, and, I mean, it just basically cost us nothing
Is
and
this a
made it
is this
really
a
good.
MLM? Is this a
Nope,
multi-level marketing?
it sounds like it, doesn't it? But it's not.
Yeah, it sounds too
No, they
good to
just
be true
wanted
though.
to yeah, and I think I'm not sure if you can still find that little YouTube video. She was amazing. She was even doing that with a 20% credit card, and I was like, "How can you get your house to pay down so fast using a credit card, for heaven's sakes?" And so we were really, really, really
Are
grateful to
you
this
okay?
video. So,
Right.
anyway, it
Okay.
blows your
Sorry to
mind.
cut you
You're
off.
like, "Why
Yeah.
didn't I know about this 15 houses ago? Gosh, it would have
Right.
done so many
So
amazing
you had
things."
to at least the lessons for you were at least 15 houses first, and then get the solution. So the
Yes, and I'm
16
grateful
house.
that, my
Yeah.
20-year-old kids don't have to go through 15 houses in 15 years. They can just have a phone call and get more information for free. So I
Okay.
definitely encourage that. Just go to that website and check it out.
So it is about okay. I will be putting the website in the show notes after the interview. But can you give us a breakdown? What is this calculation like? Do we pay off the principal a lot faster and a big sum of money, and
No,
that's why
y- no,
we could
you don't
slash
have to change
the
any of your income or
tenure.
expenses. You just actually change the way the interest is calculated by the kind of mortgage you have on your house. And I
For
was
example, for
like, for
mm,
example, for like if you have, I'm just going to give you round figures, 10,000 a month coming in, and you put that all into the mortgage, but you have a way to immediately get it back out if you need it for paying bills. Say your bills are $9,000, but in the meantime, you've kept the interest really low on the
because
house
you've been
payment.
paying, you're a good paymaster.
Yes, and so you can still pay all the bills that you normally would pay, and you're able to put them.
How?
It's
I thought at
amazing.
least, I mean in principle the it should be the same. Like when you put X amount of money into your loan account, and then everything gets taken accounted for as the payment for that loan. And how could you actually withdraw some of the money back and
That's
use
what
it for
they don't tell
expenses?
you at the bank.
Excuse me.
It's a very easy line of
Excuse me.
credit, but you have to have a specific kind of a line of credit, and that's why I encourage you to just at least get that free calculator and talk to them so they can make sure you have the right kind. Not
Do
all
you
home e
need to be like some very high net worth individual to
uh-uh.
access this line of credit?
Nope, we
No?
had absolutely nothing. Like, no, we owned I mean, we had a mortgage on the house, and they taught us how to do 0 closing costs to turn it into this type of a line of credit, and then it was all done, and it started working for us.
Hi, I'm Nick Nieras, your host of the Your Worthless podcast. Now, if these real raw stories hit home, don't wait. Please follow, like, and subscribe my Spotify and YouTube. For bite-sized inspirational reels, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Don't wait. Your transformation starts today. Thank you, and bye for now.
Some people have had even better results than we did, but ours paid down by $200,000 in 2 years. And then we could always pull that 200,000 back out to buy a piece of real estate or a
Because
business.
of refinancing. Yeah.
Nope, no refinancing ever again.
No, because you have your basically your line of credit gets expanded again
Mhm.
because you've already
Paid it down.
right. Yeah,
Right,
paid it down.
exactly. You're right,
And
that's
your
right.
income,
Yeah, you got
yeah.
in 10 minutes what it took me 15 years to figure out, so I'm grateful.
No, but
That's so cool.
I wouldn't know this if I don't have you on the show. So thank you. And
Right,
I mean,
that's why I try to tell as many people as I can. I'm like, "Oh, you guys, we need to hack 20 years off that house payment in 20 minutes. You just need to have that phone call."
my God, are you charging people for this advice?
No, no, it's just on our website. You can take
That
advantage of it
is
there and use it.
that is so lovely. So, excuse me. So do people come to you for this?
Yeah, I'm in the process of writing a book, so it'll be on Amazon and people can find it, how to have those 2 phone calls. Because I think when you have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars on your house, then you wanna turn that into income that lasts forever,
Yeah.
never ending. 'Cause, I think my motivation for that was that pink slip. I was not handling it well when we didn't have any income coming in. We still needed to buy food and water
Yeah.
and electricity and, all the things. So I'm grateful for that now. When I was 15, My grandpa taught me about the word can't. Can I tell you a little story? He said,
Yes, please,
"And
please.
can't is not even in my dictionary." And I said, "Yes, it is. Can't is right between B and D. It starts with the C. It's right here." And he was like, "No, I mean, whenever I tell myself I can't figure this out, it can't work that way. If it's going to make a difference for someone that I love or something that's important to me, instead I say, how can I? Instead of I can't or I'm not good enough or, I think you're one person away from lifetimes of wealth." And we don't always realize that. It's what we don't know that we don't know that's costing us millions of dollars. I didn't know about this for 15 years and 15 houses worth. But now I know, so I could use it the rest of my life and teach my children and our friends and people we know, right? And our other phone call is to have businesses that are managed for you. So you can spend 1 hour a week on them, but they earn 10,000 a month or more. And they're very
Yeah.
easy. It just takes time to find the right kind of business, but they're there. All those baby boomers and people that are in their 70s, they're retiring. They've worked hard to have those businesses and they just want them to continue. So when you're able to combine people who want to have the income, like me and other people, with someone who wants to sell, and have a professional management team handle all the day-to-day operations. It's a way to have income coming in without having to worry about that. Go to school, get a good job like you did and I did, the accounting and the computers and things that we learned in school. We can't always control that the job will be there and the income. And so
Yes.
this was a
We
way
see that
to have,
happening right now.
yeah. And
People are
people are
getting
nervous
slashed
and
out of their
worried.
jobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really, I'm a hope warrior. I just want to give people a lot of hope that there is still a way to buy their first house. There is still a way to have income coming in. The how can I instead of, oh, I can't do it. I just never will be able to have a house. I'll never be able to have income,
Exactly.
you know.
Here.
So,
I don't know. I don't know if you know the markets in the obviously you're talking for the US markets, right? I don't even know if I have that in where I am, where I'm based at the
yes,
moment. But do you think they have it? Maybe I should go and check out.
it's probably there. Yeah, there's probably a way you can start asking and get. I think we
Line
get best information if we ask questions. Things that we don't know, we could ask questions and find out, right?
it's a line of credit. So you're saying
Mm,
you say you have 10,000 income and then you put all the 10,000 there and then you withdraw 9,000 for all of your utilities.
expenses
That's
and whatever.
basically that's just that.
Yeah, yeah. And so you're at the every month you've paid down 1,000 and it starts adding up and snowballing and getting bigger and bigger because you have less interest and less prince, it's all getting smaller and smaller each month. And so then you can use it again when you want to.
Because it's funny, I'm having this very discussion with my dad because right now the house where I'm staying in we're trying to figure out we bought it like 2008, so it's been I don't know 17 years.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
Right?
about 17 years. But when we looked at the balancing figure, the carry forward figure, it's still it's still like I think only 30% got paid, and we're
That's right.
paying.
Right.
Yeah, it's
In
only 30.
17 years. I know. It stinks kind of.
Yeah, yes. And it is disheartening to know that you've been working so hard, but then all you've been doing is pay the interest. And
Right.
banks get fatter and fatter with the checks and
Yeah, so they're winning. And this is
we're
how you
just
can make your house be a bank. You can be the bank instead of having to pay the bank all the time, right?
yeah,
My friend, this week, even a couple that I met, they had refinanced 5 years ago. They've lived in their house
right.
for a long time, but they refinanced to get a 3% interest rate 5 years ago, and they owed 100,000. They were going to have to pay on that 100,000. They pay 1,300 a month for the next 25 years
Yeah.
again, and instead they found out that it will take them 3 years to pay off that whole 100,000 and be able to use it again whenever they want to. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, instead of 25 more
Wait,
years."
what? 3 years? How?
Yeah, 3 years
Thousand three hundred
because they
times
watched that little video
36.
that's there and
Is
they
it? Times
called and
36. That's only 46. 1,800. How are they gonna cover? So the balancing amount. So the loan was how much?
Yeah, the loan, they had 100,000 left on it. And because of the way they can throw all of their money in and then just get it back out to pay the bills like that.
Oh, so they're paying twice, two times, or three times the amount of the monthly installment, and that's why they can cut it off to slash it
Yeah,
to a quarter.
but you can always get it back out. So it's not, they're not having to like scrimp and save and fuss to try and find all of that money. They're just putting all of the income that does come
Income
in
into that.
goes in there,
So it
and then they
gets
can pull it back in.
calculated as,
Yeah.
so say you gotta pay 1,300, but you're putting $8,000 and then 8,000, and then it gets calculated in the calculator, and
Yeah.
that pulls down the tenure and also the interest rate, keeps it as low as possible.
You're smart. Yes. That accounting is, I love it. You're gonna have so much fun. You will have so much fun with that calculator. You'll be like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't someone tell me?" So, yeah, it's gonna be good.
And this is the next. Okay, no, I shouldn't say that. The next thing is for me to go and ask banks if they have these facilities.
Yeah, the
Which
sad thing is I asked our bank if they had it, and the lady did not know. She gave me the wrong information, so you have to ask
so yeah.
the right person at the bank, and that's the help that's on our website, that you can actually find the right person to that knows what they're doing, and they'll get it done.
So every bank should have this line of credit.
Yes, not all of them will know how to set it up right for you. 'Cause they
So
it's
it's
not,
about setting it
they're
in
used to
the
the 30
system.
years thing, and we want to get it done in 5 or 7 years. So, they just don't all know how to do it.
Gosh, okay, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to ask around then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would just go to the website and get that calculator right there from that very company that knows how to do it, and they'll send you to a variety of banks to get the right one for you.
So are you affiliated with Life Giver Legacy?
Yeah, that is Life Giver Legacy. That's where we put it
Okay,
on
okay,
there.
so that
Yeah.
is your company, right?
That's where I put all of our solutions that took me 20 years. I'm like, "Let's just put it all right there so they can have it with 2 phone calls and,
Awesome.
contact business team to have the businesses working for you to bring in more money, and contact the banking team to make sure that you pay way less interest on that darn house statement for
Oh
all
my
those."
god. Yeah. Okay, obviously I am interested. I will be learning more about this
It'll be
after
so
the
fun.
interview.
I'm excited to see what your calculator tells you. Yay!
Okay, this is a message from the universe. I believe in that for me to
Good.
look into this. Well, obviously all of these questions here are going to be answered. It all ties to that one phone call.
I know.
Because
Isn't it
how do
so
you get
fun that
funding?
15 years of my life can be summed up in a phone call? I love it.
Right. How do you get funding for businesses? Well, obviously it is, because that's my next question. Well, if you have saved, if you manage to cut down from 30 years to at least 5 years, so you
Right.
save 25 years and you can basically do anything with that or buy another house.
You can.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cleared up everything for us financially, and it felt a lot safer too. Because, like, I had a friend that her daughter got cancer, and because the house was paying for itself that way, they were able to just focus on their daughter until she could be healed and not worry about the medical bills and not worry about, the house helped that to happen too. So, all kinds of great things that way. You
So
just
what
can't.
what 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 have you managed to do after you found this miracle calculator?
It was
Like,
such a
did you?
blessing. Miracle is a good word. And I took classes to learn how to buy businesses, and I realized that I really needed a management team, that someone who'd already done that hundreds of times and knew what they were doing, and that they could even help me find a way to do it with nothing down. There are companies that will do that for you, meaning that you don't have to have a lot of out of pocket. You can have partners, there's hundreds of ways to not even need very much money to be
Mhm.
able to purchase income. That's what I call it, just
Buy Basically
more
buy
income.
businesses, and you have management team to manage it for you. You pay them
Yeah,
X amount of money and you get
right.
that income
Yes.
every month.
Yes.
while
Right. Yeah.
getting your houses paid off, like not even half the time, more than half of
Yes.
the original tenure. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Whoa.
not what they
Okay.
teach us, is it? I only learned how to balance a checkbook in school. So I'm grateful for all the things that happened to me after we finished school to learn, right?
It is so sad that I don't even think it's 1% of people. Probably those who really know the way things are being moved or directed in this banking industry. I don't even think, because I've got some friends who are in the banking industry. I don't even know if they know this
They probably
because
don't.
it's because you see, I'm in my mid 30s, so obviously houses are one of the things that we want to at least have in our
Right.
portfolio, right?
I know. At
But
least
the
one.
pressure, at least one, the pressure of being tied down to a liability until you pay it off for 30 years,
I know.
that covers, people get, they shrink at the thought of that,
I know.
and it's not even getting cheaper. Food are not
Mm-mm.
cheaper
Right.
anywhere in the world right now, in
No, it
Malaysia too.
isn't. Right.
Yes. And I have friends who just sign up a lease, a mortgage lease for 500,000. I mean, we don't take the conversion rate, but just
Right.
500,000.
Right.
It's a
Yep.
lot of money. And how are
Right.
you gonna live? I'm sure you work. Excuse my language. Your backside off for at
Yes.
least 30 years, and you wanna enjoy that.
Yeah. I know. Well, you're still
Yes,
healthy enough to go do
exactly.
something.
While you're still healthy enough, and you have the time and the people that you love around you. So, well,
Yes.
thank you. So, I guess, Anne, what else do you think people should know after they actually tap into this miraculous
For both
problem
of those phone calls or
solved?
yeah, after those phone calls, I think
What can they do? Because sometimes when they're hit with this bliss attack, people call it bliss attack. I had one guest said bliss attack. They don't know. Oh, I actually can do this, can do this. But your mind just gets flooded.
blown.
It's what do I do now? So, if you could share with us your experiences and some of the people that you've seen um, do these things,
Mhm.
what can they do after this? Buy businesses, get a go travel, or I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Find out what you love to do
Mm.
and do more of it. Like, live that bliss and live the joy and peace that you were hunting for, knowing that the money's all taken care of. You can focus on your faith, your family, fitness, your health, mental and physical health. I think my main focus now will be more like the Butterfly Effect book. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to read it. It's very short, lot of pictures. And one of the stories in there that really resonated with me is the power of one person to make a big impact. And I think all of us can do that. When we've had these 2 phone calls, what is the impact that you wanna have? Now that all the systems and teams and automation are set up for your money to be working well for you so you don't have to worry about it, what if you could help someone? One of the stories in The Butterfly Effect by Andy Andrews is I love that book, it's my favorite, was about a little boy that was orphaned in the war, and he was found and rescued by a couple. They raised him, and he learned how to feed millions of people with very little water. Just the farming and the things that he practiced and figured out about food production fed millions of people because those people took time to rescue him and help him. So, what if there's someone you can be extra kind to today or smile? I think that's why we called it Life Giver Legacy because those 2 phone calls gave me my life back. And now once you have your life, you get to make an impact for lots of people. Each of us can do, there were 6 Christmases in my life where things were really rough and someone always showed up on our doorstep anonymously. I don't even know who those good people were, but people have always been paying it forward to us. And I think each of us, if we look at our own lives, we can see where we were given many, many things, and now we have a chance to pay it forward because we didn't have to pay 30 years on the mortgage and we didn't. the businesses were working the way they were supposed to. We're able to be great servants and help people with what we have. What if you're really good at cooking? That's not me, but I love it when other people are. And what
Yeah.
if you're really good at that and you're able to help people with it? What if you're very, very good with music or other beautiful, wonderful things about anything and you can use it? Now you're not worried about having to work to earn money and all the crazy things that we have to do sometimes because we're going to school, getting a good job, and feeling stuck. What if you
Yes.
don't have to do that anymore and you get to choose all the other amazing things that get to happen?
I love that. Okay, so this is short and simple. So, what do they need to do right now? And those listening to us right now, where do they need to go? And what's the first step they need to do?
I would go to Life Giver Legacy and at least give yourself the permission slip in your life to have those 2 phone calls. There's a section on there to find real estate if you want it all done for you. There's that section on home equity, and there's also the section on getting a business done for you. Most of everything I wanted was what if I can just create systems and teams that do a lot of the heavy lifting so you just have the result and you don't need to worry about it. And you can spend time focusing on the people around you and the things that you love to do. So that's it in a nutshell.
That's it. Yeah, I love it. This is
We
short
have
and simple.
lots and lots and lots of books. Anybody that wants to know some of the other fun things that we've learned, they can email me at Ann at Life Giver Legacy. I have a long list of favorite people that concept of we don't know what we don't know. So I think if there's a fun way to just learn from any good things, Robert Kiyosaki, Robert Allen, lots of wonderful people that have amazing things that they know, and it helps spur an idea, and you become the next person that feeds 1 million people, or the next person that, like, heart surgery in Africa is $1,000. It's way more than that in the United States, but you can make a lot of difference for people all over the world with very small amounts of money. $20 for educating a child for a year in some places, and cost of a pizza, and it makes it a lifelong impact for that person. Just I give
Love
yourself
that.
the permission slip to have those 2 phone calls and see what you can find out that you don't know yet. My friend called it a love letter to all the people around you that you get to impact because you figured out something you didn't know. And we didn't know for 15 years. After that, it only took a few years and everything had changed. So things can happen really quickly and really beautifully if you give yourself a permission slip to believe that it's possible instead of saying, "Oh, I can't do it. I don't know what to do."
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you for the work that you're doing. And I think this would, at least for me right now, because sometimes you can feel like you're really stuck and have nowhere else to go. Especially
Right?
because I just moved from a 9 to 5. I got laid off last year as well, and now I'm living off of my savings
It
to,
is. It
yeah,
is.
for my own practice to to take off, and it is taking off as we speak. But the pace is
Yay!
super slow. Yay! But you gotta build the brand. You gotta people gotta know you, right? Especially when you're doing a hypnotherapy online, and there's
Yes.
so many hypnotherapists online. So what do you and you have this thing here. I had to so where I'm from, it's from is from the east, and then I went to the west coast to study, and then I moved back after 15 years to my parents' house just because I needed to, save
Get
on my
everything.
utilities. And yeah, so I mean, and right today, I think just last week I was talking to my dad. I'm like, okay, dad, how are we gonna do the house? What are we gonna
Yeah.
do with the interest? And
Yeah.
maybe I would definitely give my banks a call and
Good.
ask.
Yeah. It will be life-changing. It was I wish
Thank
I'd
you.
known about it when I was your age, but still,
So
you
what at
learn
what age
now.
at what age did you know about this?
We only found out about it when I was 50, and now I'm 53. Well, no, I guess I was 48 because 'cause it's been 5 years
It's
since we
been
found
5
out.
years. That's okay. Time is a construct. I
It's
mean,
all
we're
good.
exactly where
It speeded
yeah,
us up and made up all the difference of all
exactly.
those years, so
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, and I love it. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna pivot to a self-worth question because,
great.
well, it is my flagship, and I like to ask people. My podcast talks a lot about self-worth, and
Yes.
so the question that I have for you right now that I can pick at the top of my head at the moment is: do you think your self-worth has evolved from when you were little? And if yes, yes, how did it evolve? And to what? And if no, why?
Love that question. Self-worth is so important. It was the beginning of everything, really. Mindset and being in that place of I am good enough and good things are happening. And I think I've always felt that there is a higher power that knows me and knows me personally, knows who we are, loves us no matter what. I just needed to figure out how to feel that way about me too. I read a book called Limitless by Chris Crone about 3 years ago. After we'd seen all of that happening with our house and was paid down, we came back around. We're like, who can teach us? How can we learn? And he had a book called Limitless and it had a whole list of thousands of those beliefs in the back that are meant to help you have to feel that worth in your heart about you, because I feel like we can't give anyone things that we don't already have inside. And whatever we give, we keep. So if we're giving good and peace and love and joy to people, we're going to keep that for ourselves as well at the same time. It's great math. We give it and we keep it. And but when I was in the place of I'm not good enough, I can't do it, things never work out, all of those things, they kind of have a negative cycle to drag everything down and make life very heavy and hopeless for people. And so I think being able to turn that around and be in a place of, you know what, everyone is doing the very best they can with what they know, and they just don't know what they don't know yet. And if they did know,
Yes.
then they would be able to create different outcomes. So I think self-worth and your title, "You're worthless," it intrigues me because I'm like, that's not how you mean it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I ask people to read that again because it's
like
exactly the opposite of your soul. You are worth it.
right.
Yes. You're
And
here.
right. And everyone is,
Yes.
even if they're in a wheelchair, they don't have a lot of mental capacity, they don't have a lot of physical capacity. We're all still so worthwhile. What if that little child that got rescued out of the in during the war when he got orphaned, what if no one had helped him? Millions of people wouldn't have been fed, you know? Each of us
Exactly.
has so much good to do. I love
I love
thinking
it.
that's
Thank
the
you.
worth
And I, I,
worth
I
of
got chills.
one person, right? My husband laughs
Yes.
because my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life, and it's just showing you the impact that George Bailey has, just the one all and he thought he was just doing all kinds of little things. It didn't mean very much, nothing really impactful was happening, but that's not the case. All the little things,
But we
are at
know what we know. And if you feel strongly about something, there is something that at least a higher power has
yes,
put you here on earth to do. If
to
you feel
finish
strongly to
and, yep,
exactly
yep,
to finish and
you're
execute.
right. I'm so excited for you about that you're sharing that message with people. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah,
Well, thank you, Anne. Okay, a few more questions. If you could create a quote right now for you to leave to the audience listening in the world as your legacy, what would it?
a quote or a thought,
Yes.
if you believe anything is possible, what if everything you wanted was just one person away and you just didn't know what you didn't know. But by asking a question, you can find out more about what you didn't know and get the help you need. What if it's as easy as breathing air? What if your search for better physical health, mental health, spiritual health, what if it's just one question away? Most of the time, that's what I've
That's
found
it.
to be true.
Yeah.
Somebody knows the answer you need.
Somebody.
And if you're willing to just be a little bit vulnerable and feel like, "Oh, I don't know, but I need to know. Could you
I
help
need to
me?"
know. Yeah. Because sometimes
Everyone will.
ego can get in the way. Ego can get
Yes.
in the way because
Yep. Right.
you're walking
And
with.
I read a book, well, watched a movie recently called the the mole, the fox, and the horse. You may have heard it.
Mm,
But he said asking for help is not giving up. It means never giving up. If you're asking for help, you're not giving up. And I'm not saying it right, but it just meant that it's okay to need help and not know what you need to know. People love to help. There is somebody
yes.
that will help.
Thank you for that answer. What is exciting for you currently? What are you working on right now? And what's next?
For our kids, we want to have each of them have one business each because I don't want them to get to be my age and feel hopeless. I want them to know that money is fine and that things are taken care of and not just give it to them. Like, let's teach them to have that happen. I had a friend recently tell me, one of our business mentors, that if you purchase just one business each year for 5 years, zero down, still nothing out of pocket, you can install management team into each of those, increase their value, and over time you'll grow to nine figures, $100 million. And I don't I don't need $100 million, but there is a lot of hungry kids that could be fed with that. A lot of people that didn't feel like anyone was coming to help them that can be helped. And I think the more quietly I can, it's not, I want everyone, if they want that, to have $100 million to do good with in the world. Money doesn't have to be hard. Money can be like, I just needed a few good conversations with people who knew what to do and they could hold my hand and walk with me through and get it done. So I thought it was. For all 20 of those years searching, I didn't know it was 2 phone calls away. So I think that's what excites me now, is just like, I just need to make sure as many people know that as possible, because one I feel like if money is fixed, then family and communication and relationships and everything else will be just fine too. You can be really happy with no money at all. Money is not happiness, but it
Absolutely.
also does give a lot of good options to do a lot of good for things.
That is 1000% correct. Thank you, Anne, for that beautiful, beautiful interview. So, where can they find you? It's on lifegiverlegacy.com, right? And
Yes.
then they can go ahead to those little
Mhm.
buttons and home equity and businesses, right? And then
Yep.
somebody will
Yep.
pick up the call.
Yep.
They'll be able to
Couple
set.
of teams there ready to help. And if you're
All right.
having trouble figuring it out, I definitely can email you the information too. So Ann at lifegiverlegacy.com. Happy to help.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I want to save everyone 20 years. Like, don't have to look
Yes.
for 20 years, right?
All right. Any closing messages before we wrap this interview up?
Just the power of one. You are making a good impact for people to feel their worth. And that was the beginning of everything. Once we believe that we are of worth and we have something important to do, then we can be led by that higher power to know what to do. And we'll feel it in our heart and be able to take that. I think I had a friend, Robert Allen, he said, if you take the next three little baby steps today, just three little things, by the end of a year, you've taken 1,000 steps and you've gone a long ways along the path that you need to take. And sometimes I think we make it too hard. And he's like, no, just, let's keep it on a little teeny note to yourself. Three things I want to do today. And then
Thank you.
do
You
that.
you
Just be
you made
consistent.
my day. Thank you, Anne. And I think you're
Well,
gonna
'cause
help.
you're building an amazing mountain. You're doing amazing things. And it will start with all those little steps to make sure that it's going the way you want.
Well, I think I needed that today because I had a discussion just coming on before coming onto the show. Discussion with the dad and with my dad, and say, okay, we're gonna have to restructure some things, and that really pulled me down a little bit from my energy to be on this call. But
Yes.
I don't, I wouldn't know this right now had I rescheduled. Things.
Yes.
You
You
know,
were brave and you did it.
yeah, because I
You gave
know I have
yourself the
something
permission
to
slip
share.
to be like, I'm just
Exactly.
gonna go find out.
Yeah. What's the harm, right? What's the harm? Exactly. When I publish this episode, it's not only going to benefit me, but it's going to benefit those people who are attracted to this message. And when they
That's
change,
right.
when they give permission to themselves, and they
Yes.
begin to start that ripple effect to the people around them. Yeah,
Right.
voila.
And you won't
We
know. It
changed the
will just
world.
ripple out all those people that were helped because you had the courage to come and just say, "All right, I'm gonna do it. I'll find out."
Exactly.
So I'm proud of
Well,
you. It's
I'm
good.
proud of you. Thank you, Anne, for the work that you do. Well, I guess that is a wrap on our episode
Wonderful. I'm
today.
so excited. Let's keep in touch, and I'm so excited to
Please,
see your own journey to help. So, yeah.
please, please. Thank you, Anne, for the work that you do to continue to uplift the world and the people around you. Now, for our listeners, this has been your Wordless. Read that again, the juxtaposition of your very soul. Now, if you've ever felt wordless, remember you are not alone. Your soul chose to be here to matter. And for that reason alone, you are worthy. A huge thank you to you, Anne, and to all of you for listening. Until next time, I am Nick Nieras. Keep shining, keep growing, and always remember you are worthy and you are enough. See you in the next episode. Thank you, Anne, for your time again. Love this episode? Now, transformation doesn't end here. Head on to at holistic.lifestyle_with Nick. That is on my Instagram. Or head on to my website, www.denigneras.holisticlifestyle.com for more info on my coaching framework, which is the Worthy, Authentic, and Abundant Framework, digital guides, and my upcoming events such as retreats and master classes and workshops. Now, I also do intuitive readings where we get to check on your soul path. And if you're also wanting to check on your energetic alignment, I have done that too. And I offer that kind of services. So, my question to you is, are you ready? Because I am. Let's make the Good evening to you, Anne. How are you doing today?
Really great. Yeah.
I would like to introduce myself to you formally. My name is Nicolette. I am the creator for the podcast titled You're Worthless. Read that again, the juxtaposition of your very soul. Now, today we're going to talk about how to create our own financial freedom and hopefully have the amount of time that is needed to take for anybody else, right? So I'd like to introduce you and to all of our listeners first, and then we can get right into the conversation. So, hello everyone. We have Ann Pells here with us. She empowers families to create financial freedom using simple, proven strategies. Now, she helps people pay off their homes in just 5 to 7 years without cutting expenses or increasing income. With just 2 phone calls, you can discover how to grow your wealth while you sleep and build a life filled with hope, freedom, and legacy. Well, that's clear cut and straight to the point. Welcome to the show, Anne.
Thank you.